Oh boy, do I got a doozy of a video for you today. I got a random teammate, and he decided to be toxic. But there was a twist at the end. No spoilers though, so you gotta watch to see what happens. It really took me back once it all happened and we got to the end, and I just couldn't believe what I was seeing. But anyways, hope you enjoy the video. Catch you on the flip side, and hit my music. As I descended down with my random duo, we'll refer to him as Mr. Nutter out of respect. Obviously, not because his last name's Nutter and it's funny or anything, but Mr. Nutter had a squad land near him. I decided I didn't care, wanted to put down some nodes for some fancy Watson tricks that I would never do and actually really suck at. But he was pinging, so I decided I should probably roll over there before he gets obliterated and leaves the game. Typical Apex Legends. But it seemed Mr. Nutter was doing pretty well and probably didn't need my help, but I decided to stay. Now I'm feeling pretty good at this point. We just rolled a team. Mr. Nutter held his own. But for some reason, Mr. Nutter would have some qualms about the ways I would end up playing Watson. It was around this time when we noticed there might be another team here. A bloodhound scan would make us reposition, and as I waited for Mr. Nutter to come out the doors, he had the bright idea that we should probably take some height. I agreed, and I followed him up to the roof, and we stalked our prey. But it felt like I was really the only one stalking, as Mr. Nutter decided to stay on the other side of the building. I guess just in case somebody came up, but I heard both of them over here, and I was ready to make my move. And then I saw it. Hey there, old trap. Maybe you would fancy putting down some fences? Which is what I would assume Mr. Nutter would sound like, since he's a proper gentleman who definitely wasn't typing away as I was fighting or anything, you know. No biggie. As I watched from my knees and then my back as he revived me, I decided, hey, water under the bridge. He didn't mean it. He was just trying to give some good advice. But soon, Mr. Nutter would decide that I needed more than just good advice. I had mended my wounds and collected my thoughts and was ready to make our way towards our next battle. But Mr. Nutter decided he needed to ask me a question. Dead. Dead on the inside. After reading those words, that's how I felt. What's the point of playing if Mr. Nutter doesn't think I know how to play the game? I've disappointed him. I've let him down. What more to life is there now? As I tried to piece together my tattered ego, I decided, you know what? Screw you, Mr. Nutter. I got one more good game in me, and I'm gonna show you what I'm made of. Need some help there, pal? Fences! As the dust settled on our scraps and I began to mend my wounds and collect my thoughts again, I saw that I was kill leader. In your face, Mr. Nutter! What do you think now, huh? Do I still not know how to play the game? Oh, sorry about that. Just had to get that out of me. A lot of pent-up anger and frustration. But the sounds of gunfire would take us into Promenade.
Fence placed. Fence them in, fence them out. We are not alone. Look over here. Rings nearby. 45 seconds until it closes.
Enemy rather close.
Shield. I downed an adversary.
Shield.
I defeated an adversary.
Shields reach.
Main fence. Animal passes through here. Bon travail. That squad is all down. Recharge. Yes.
Enemy that away. Closed door here.
Got it. I need to go. Rings moving. Enemy right here.
Another squad running downwards. Broken enemy shield. Shields recharging.
Negating all incoming artillery. Sweet silence. Such a pretty fence. The circuit is complete. And fencing. The enemy is here. The enemy shield.
Recharging my shield.
After surviving Promenade, we found ourselves in a less than desirable situation. Being inside of ring. And being pinned down by snipers. We were being held out of the ring. And we needed to move fast.
Replicator entering orbit.
Another squad. This isn't looking good. Mr. Nutter had gotten himself into a gunfight, and I needed to intervene. Please, Mr. Nutter, he's won. You can do it. As I crawled away from my thirsters and waited for Mr. Nutter's safe, warm embrace to help me on my feet again, I started wondering, is it really worth it?
Rings near and closing in 30.
Is it really worth it to prove myself to this guy?
Plenty of fight left in me.
Hell yeah, it is. I'm gonna make sure this ass clown knows I'm way better than him. It was looking like the end game. 3 squads left. We had the ring on our back.
Rings right.
We needed to make a move.
Got enough to here. Deers, eyes to the skies. A care package.
We made it inside the ring, but the last two teams were skulking around, and the sound of gunfire echoed around us. We needed to make sure things were safe. Mr. Nutter had seen enough. He didn't like our positioning, and I agreed. We needed to move. A Pred player. Things just got more interesting. Andy is pulling off a revive. This might be the time. My time. No Pred,
I took
just a
out
Smurf.
a necessary evil to win.
But he had to be here somewhere. And I was gonna find him.
We're inside the ring. I'm positive.
Nowhere to be found. It was time to turn our attention to the other squad. This was it. More than likely the last fight of the game. But we needed to make sure we didn't get sandwiched, as that Pred player was still lurking around somewhere. Found him. This was my time to prove myself. Well, maybe he can wait after we get done fighting this other squad. Mr. Nutter had wiped that other squad, and now it was time for the main event. Alright, hold on. No, I can explain. I had less than full health, and my controller had stick drift, and my triggers, they were sticking. Nonetheless, we had gotten the win. Mr. Nutter had given me a GG. I hold no ill will, so I gave him a GG back. But what happened next?
Huh?